Hi everyone, Deb here. This is lesson 13 and we're going to do floor exercises today mostly, just for a bit of a change up. We have green tea with lemon today is the tea of choice. Hopping onto the floor, onto our mat, onto our sanctuary, and we're just going to sit up straight, put our arms out in front and peel that spine down vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down. And getting to let our hands just fall gracefully down to the floor, feet hip width apart, shaking those heels out, getting them flat, lifting your neck up and your head and straightening that onto the earth, onto your mat, onto the floor. Big belly breath and make a sound on the out breath, letting go of frustration and hurry and worry of the day. Already we've probably had to do a lot of jobs and a lot of chores. Nice big breath in, filling that tummy like a pregnant belly, then the midrib, then the ribs, and then and like you're breathing into a balloon, blowing up the balloon. Smelling that beautiful rose on the in-breath, all the way up into your chest and another big breath in. Try and take a lot more air in, all the way up to your head and letting go, melting down, softening down onto the floor, onto the earth. Really letting go of those legs, spreading out the back, the upper back, the mid back, the lower back, the hips, the buttocks tissue. Chin tucking in a little bit and closing down, really those eyes into the eye sockets, jaws slack and relaxed, forehead smooth, flesh on the scalp, just softly letting go. Breathing while I do some bowls, and we're going to end today with the rattle and chase away any old negative thoughts that we might have accumulated over the last few days. And the Indian rattle, it's just a lovely sound at the very end of the meditation you'll hear at the end of today's session. But for now, imagine those energy tentacles coming out from the bottom of your feet, reaching down, you know the drill, all the way through to Mother Earth's core. Seeing that in your mind's eye, reaching for that orange ball of iron ore, turning slowly inside that moat of healing lava and drawing back up on the in-breath. And here is the sound of the earthing root chakra bowl, encouraging that to happen, and the frequency, sending it down to Mother Earth, healing her. She's sending it back up to you, and you're coming out through your heart, through all your chakras, all the way out through the crown to the cosmos. water bowl still resonating into the air around you, into that spaciousness around you, allowing your heartbeat and your lungs and your internal organs to be balanced with the rhythm and the frequency of your chakras are all in alignment now. Each day we've done the meditation with the bowls. Your body will be so used to accepting that energy in now, and that's great because we needed that auric field, that spaciousness around us, arm's length to the sides, in front and behind, above and below. Our personal vital energy will be heightened and strong for the winter months coming, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually strong. Hoping you've been moving your fingers and your toes while you've been preparing for today's lesson. Lucky 13, lying on your side. When you're ready in the fetal position, and just slowly popping your arm underneath you and pushing yourself up into position. And let's, instead of getting right up straight away, why don't we lie back down again? But I want you to lie at the back of your mat. So I want you to literally, I'm going to spin around this way, maybe not move any obstacles out of the way so you're not banging into anything. And you lie on your side, but you put your body fairly close to the back of your mat. And you're lying with your shoulder directly over the top of your elbow and your arm straight out with your palm face down as a support. Now, if this is too strenuous for you, you can always come down onto your elbow, and that's exactly the same. You use this hand for balancing. So what we're going to do today, I'll do the more difficult version. And we've got kids playing outside next door again today, but that's all right. It's a lovely sound. So stacking our legs on top of each other, but just bring those feet slightly forward. So you're still on your mat. You're not completely off that oasis. Keeping that nice and firm, strong and strong underneath there. Hips, you can put your hand on your hips if you get really good at this, but otherwise support yourself like this. So we're going to switch on your core, do your tight pair of jeans, pulling up and pulling across from your hips. And we're just going to lift that whole top leg up, and we're going to action that foot towards, toes towards our forward heel, towards the back wall, and we're just going to hold it straight up hip level. Now shuffle around until you get yourself nice on that hip, and we're going to lift it up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Leave it there. Now with the bottom foot, switch it on and bring it up to the top foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And let your feet come down. So you can bring your front leg in, give it a little massage on that bottom there. And we're going to go back and we're going to do some more. So again, positioning yourself with those legs slightly to the front of you, pushing up out of that elbow again, getting back into position, holding onto the floor and coming back up there. Now point your toe, then flex it again. And we're going to bring it out in front and we're going to wheel it around. We're going to point back with our toe. So coming through, pressing your heel, pushing down with your toes to the back, coming to the front, pressing your heel, pushing your toes around and coming to the front and pressing your heel, pushing your toe around, coming to the front, pressing your heel like a bicycle. And a couple more of those, pressing the heel, pointing the toe all the way as far as you can to the back a little bit, and last one. And see if you can hover there for a moment. Feel what it's feeling inside that bottom cheek, because you're getting nice strong bottom and hips and thighs now. So let's pop our foot back down gently, but we're going to rotate our whole leg into our hip now. So you're pointing like a duck. You've got duck feet. So what we're going to do, we're going to do 10 of the ones with the hip rotator. And we're going to start now. So hover, and we're going to come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And coming back down. Now this time we're going to bring our knees a little bit in close like this, and this is called the clam. So again, press up nice and long in there if you can do it. If it's been too much, you can always do these ones with yourself onto, leaning with your head onto your forearm and your hand, and you can still do the same. But if you can stay upright, you've really got to be able to push through and lengthen that whole waistband. So knees come out in front of you like a bit of an angle here, bit of a, what would it be, like a square. So you're coming and you're going to be coming out and in, but you don't roll over, and you've sort of got to stay really strong through that core and through that back. So you're going 1, it's not a very big move, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now for the next 10, let's do that, but then we're going to add a little bit of a different move. We're going to come up 1, we're going to go down 2. So you sort of bring your hip out, your leg out to the side. So let's try that. Everyone's getting position. Okay, we're going to do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's really good. Let's spin around to the other side, and we'll do some things on the other side here. Again, moving back towards the back of your mat, and your legs are a little bit in front of you, but make sure that elbows directly underneath your shoulder. You're using that, your palms facing down, you've got the other one for support. And again, if it's all too much, coming down and starting with your body down this way and switching those legs on. And we're going to hover this one up here, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Very good. Now just hover there and bring the bottom leg up. So switch it on and bring the heel towards the wall and your toes towards your body, your face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Coming down, moving that hip in front, giving that a bit of a massage through your butt. You can have really good, nice J-Lo booty at the end of this. Back down we go. And from here, just readdress your position again. Get everything in place. Pushing up out of your body, lengthening that side. And what we're going to do this time, just point your foot so you can get an idea of switching that leg on. Lovely looking leg. And so we're going to come up and out in front of us with a straight flexed foot, coming back around pointed, coming back in. 2, point, flex, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, flex 10, and 1 for good luck because I can't remember how many we counted before. Okay, foot back down onto there, and now what we're going to do is, I think we're up to where we bring our knees a little bit in front here, like this. So a T section down there. Holding on to that, we're doing the clam. So we've got to come up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that was plenty. And we're going to do open and knee for 10. So let's do that. Clam, switch off. Oh, look, I was sinking into my back. So coming up, nice and straight, pushing out of that elbow. And if not, you're lying down like this here. And I remember the one that I forgot, so we'll go back to that one in a moment. So we're coming up and we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, shuffling back into this position with our feet just in front, and this is the Charlie Chaplin one I missed. Pushing up out of there, turning your foot like a duck, putting those toes towards the ceiling, and we're rotating in the hip, coming up 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. A little bit of a massage there. Okay, coming back up now, sitting back up onto our all fours, bringing that flesh back in. So we've done a bit of side body work. So let's lean forward and lean back. We'll do some really equal movement every single direction. So arms up in front of our sockets. We've got them open towards the front. Fingers are towards the ceiling and stretching up a little bit, lengthening those side muscles, coming back with our shoulder blades, bringing them down our back towards our mid-back. Big breath in. Another big breath in, and we're just going to hinge from those hips. Hinging from the hips, hinging from the hips, always remembering keeping a straight back and just letting those fingers fall wherever. Nice, strong, switched on legs. Chest towards the front wall. Big breath in, big breath out. Big breath in and a lovely breath out, and trying to get a little bit closer without hunching. So you're keeping that back and that chest forward. Doesn't matter if you don't get very far. You're not going to get an award for getting right down towards your knees. If you have to, if you've got bad knees, just bend your knees a little bit so that that can even help get a little bit further and keep that back straight. It's the main aim of the game. Breath in, breath out, reaching, reaching, and pushing yourself back up. Okay, now arms coming back up in the air, and this is a bit of a twist. So we're just going to turn right to the opposite side, and we're going to come down and grab the outside of the opposite leg, and just hold there, hold, breathing, but at the same time keep breathing. Big breath in, big breath out, and just see if you can just stretch yourself a little bit towards that knee. Keeping your arm really pulling at the back as if you're holding onto something there. Big breath in and coming back up into the air. Opposite side, big breath out. Coming and holding on to the outside of that foot if you can. Here, anywhere. And just reaching that arm, reach it that way is probably the best way, with your palm facing the front. And you're sort of looking at the back, because if you look at the back, you tend to actually take your vision a bit further. But then we want to just Draw yourself down a little bit towards that tummy, squashing that digestive system, working those organs, and coming back up. Now with going back the other way, let's do some more of that. And what we can do here is what we've done before. We spin around onto your knees. If you can possibly go onto your knees, grabbing a cushion if you need one, people that have such bad knees. You might need to either put cushions under your knees or even put your cushions on there and keep your heels up like that. So you can do that. You can stand and do these. You can sort of do these standing up. Cutting myself off because I'm going to do floor exercises today. But you can stand and do these. So let's be on our kneeling, coming up. Spread those toes so that they're sort of even and even with underneath your hips here. So you're coming back up with those same arms really straight, but that gap between those shoulders. So not up near your ears. We don't want that. Elbows near your ears, no. So spreading those shoulder blades out to the side. Big breath in, big breath out. Just reaching with one arm towards the heel. Now you can have your heels up like that. If you're getting pretty flexible, you can try and reach your heel back like that and you push towards the front with your groin. So you're really giving that a nice stretch through the side body, and it's a lovely pose. Breathing in, looking straight ahead, and on the out breath, opening up that rib cage. And big breath in to come up, lifting yourself up with your core and coming back and beginning for the other side. Both arms up, taking that one down the back there and grabbing hold of your heel and pushing your groin towards the front wall. Pushing, pushing, and just supporting that back, squashing it really. It's good. It's getting a lot of blood flow in there, lower back, and just looking straight ahead with that neck. Breath here. And coming back up with that core. Now, can we do both? Hands down the back. So let's just try arms up in the air, shoulder blades down. Do one arm first, and then reach around with the other one and see if you can push towards the front wall and you're looking directly straight at the ceiling, not back, not forward. Forward's okay. This is probably good. I'm going to just look at the ceiling and so that my whole neck is supported and head is held firmly. And big breath in, one arm up, the other arm up, and coming back down. Really good for forward, back, each side. We've done some strengtheners. So now let's come with our legs and our toes together into child's position, child's pose, pressing down that mat on our forehead, forehead on the mat, pressing that in there, opening the third eye, relaxing those arms, lengthening that back, even pushing back a little bit towards those heels, stretching open that back that you've just worked really hard on. Another little one for here for the front of the shoulders, because we don't have any props, you can get your cushions again and you pop your hands on your cushion or on your normal pillow from your bed, and you just go a little bit the same, but you have your arms really straight and switched on, but they're off the mat, they're a little bit higher, and you really open up through the front of those shoulder blades. Nice stretch here, relaxing your head, letting that stretch each time you breathe in and out, massaging those armpits a little bit more and more each time. And lovely breath in, lovely breath out. taking those hands down and pushing them back up. So let's do another one with the squat like we did yesterday. So you have your feet fairly level with the sides of the mat, so it'd be really good if you could do that. And your hands come together and you come in and you bring your bottom down. So if you have to bring your heels in, fine. If you have to be up like that, that's fine too. If you wanted to, you could put a pillow under each heel for a bit of support, like that. So it brings you up a little bit higher. But if you can possibly get your palms together and try and get them a little bit close to your chest, that is really good for opening up your groin. Big breath in, really sinking your bottom down towards the earth, even sort of pushing your way a little bit back to your heels, lengthening your neck and bringing your shoulders down, constantly moving into a pose, constantly perfecting it, constantly stretching. But you must breathe through it. If you breathe through it, you're going to find it gets easier and easier, but you'll get stronger and stronger. So holding our breath's not the way to go. Lovely. Now, if we wanted to go into crow, we could come into this position here and you actually put your knees on the top of your elbows and you can lift up. This is just practicing one foot and then the other. And then you can do both eventually. So we've got some things to look forward to doing, and we'll get stronger and stronger, and maybe even going up the wall a little bit. But that's down the track. That's when we get really strong, everyone. And I'm not sure what time we started. Just going to do one more with you, and that's lying down, getting ready for our end of meditation. But I'm just wanting you to bring one leg in, give it a squeeze, nice squeeze there, lower back, squeeze that one as well. Now take that heel across that other side foot, just press open that groin again, nice. And then you reach through, so lifting that opposite leg up and coming through behind your thigh, pushing if you want to, that elbow onto that knee, inside knee, and then just coming back down as flat as you can. Breath in, breath out, keeping that foot flexed so that it's really protecting the knee joint and relaxing into that. And this is lovely to stretch because we've been doing those hips. This is a really great one to end in. And if you can, bring that knee a little bit closer towards your body, the other straighter leg. You can have your leg a bit firm, you can have it down like that. But if you have it here, it's a little bit like that gravity, and you can just push it in towards your body a little bit further, and ouch, that's really getting a stretch into that corner of that hip. And coming down. So another stretch is just to pop your whole leg over the opposite of that one. Pop your arms out to the side for support and have your hands up. Down's probably better, and then you just roll that whole leg towards. Okay, so you would have the stretched leg is the one on top. You should be still feeling that in the corner of that butt. And then you face the opposite way, but you're trying to keep your shoulders on the earth completely, and it's a nice stretch as well through there. So coming back up, sliding that leg and bringing that back into position on the floor. The other one comes over, just pressing that knee and that thigh out a little bit. Not so much the knee, it's more down the thigh, the inner thigh. Letting that just get used to that groin there being a bit open, because we did that opener before. Breath in, breath out, and then lifting that whole leg up, reaching through,
and switching that foot on so it's flexed, and then literally coming down and finding your easy straight back, using this elbow to push that knee out a little bit and this foot to pull in towards your body. Big breath in, big breath out. Every out breath, bringing that leg, both legs a bit closer to your nose. If you can do that, you'll be very special. Big breath in, big breath out, feeling that really good stretch up through that hip. Melting into the earth on the out breath. Bringing that leg down to the foot being on the floor, taking that leg a little bit more like a crossed leg, arms out, palms down, and just rolling towards as if you've got your crossed leg over the top, and you're just reaching and looking to the opposite side without taking those shoulders off. You might only get to here, but if you can, try and just touch that foot down to there. Breathing in, breathing out, good squeezing through that tummy here as well. Big breath in, big breath out. Surrendering, getting ready for our meditation. So switching that core on, bringing that leg back up, taking it back out, and just sinking those feet along the mat, hip distance, arms in the air, floating back down, head straight and flat on the floor, and closing down those eyes. You've done some really good tummy, leg, hip stretches, switching on and getting nice firm legs for us to do those downward dogs and sun salutations. All the time I'm doing something that suits me, but you guys get the benefit too, so you're sort of coming on a journey with me, really, on a journey towards shaping our bodies, fitness, mental, emotional, spiritual balance, I guess. So again, thanking your whole body, thanking your face, your mind, thanking your eyes for seeing, your nose for smelling, your tongue and lips and mouth for tasting, hearing, feeling, touching. Your shoulders are spread, your arms touching the earth, or your back contacting Mother Earth and that energy, your buttocks, backs of your legs, all the way down to your feet, and your hair and your face melting like butter in a saucepan through your chest, your midriff, your pelvic bucket, pubic bone and the fronts of the legs. Just thanking your arms, thanking your legs, thanking your body, your organs, and just being in the moment. And at the very end of this session, I'm going to use the rattles to chase away any old thoughts and negative criticisms that you've maybe snuck in through this class. Let them go, let them go, let them go. Replace those thoughts with positive affirmations, because you are amazing.
I've imagined you on the mat. I've imagined all your chakras down your energy centre, from your crown to your third eye, your throat, your heart centre, your solar plexus just above your belly button, your sacral sexual chakra above your pubic bone, and your root base chakra underneath your body. All energy centres swirling in the correct direction, correct frequency, smell, touch, sound, texture, everything in balance. Namaste, everyone.